Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies. I'm Raven.
And I am Kelly. And today we're going to talk about Gothikana by Runyx. And no, I am not 100% sure that's how you say the author's name. So, book was suggested by Raven.
It lived in my TBR for a very long time.
I have another book in my TBR by this author that gets put up on Book Talk a bunch.
Hmm.
But this is my first DNF. I didn't finish it.
Oh my God, you did it.
You even gave me extra time, but every time I picked up this book, I could not. Um, I got to, I think like 60 or 70%. And but I did go on the internet and read the summary so I know how it ends. So I did write my no spoiler summary, which sometimes my summaries turn into a review a little bit. But let's start with that, and then we'll get into the reasons why Kelly DNF'd her
I
first Shadow Daddy's book.
of the
Okay,
year.
no, ever. I have
Oh,
always finished. You have DNF'd at least once,
one.
and
My
I
first
this
year.
is my first DNF, so whatever. Okay, so here is my no spoiler summary. And I have mosquitoes. Okay. This book is part murder mystery with a professor student age gap, dark romance, dark academia mishmash of tropes. Like the author was not quite sure what they wanted to write, or maybe they tried to make it everything all at once. There is an outcast female main character, FMC, with a tragic backstory that creates a found family at her new school. There's a broody MMC that starts out as a Heathcliff, dangerous and dark, but turns into more of a Mr. Darcy, yearning and misunderstood. She kind of just goes along with all his toxicity because he's super hot, even though every single character tells her it's a terrible idea. Yes, there is spice, sometimes hot, but often cringy. There's a school and a castle with a penchant for mysterious disappearances and murders. There is also a lot of Reddit threads that talk about the plot holes and everybody's opinion on the epilogue. If I were to recommend a dark romance, this wouldn't be my first suggestion, but if you like to read for the vibes and you like series like Zodiac Academy, then maybe give it a try. Do you want me to redo that? Because I stumbled a lot.
No, that was perfect. We're gonna keep
Okay.
going.
Okay.
I mean,
So
that kind of, so I told you the beginning of that book, it took me so I couldn't pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put
you
it down.
okay, you did say that. And so that's why I did get like at least 50% in. I think I got to like 60 or 70 because I was like, okay, she told me it gets better. I kept trying to pick it up. I'd read a few pages and then I'd just be like, I can't.
You just can't. You just
I
can't.
I don't know. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I really there's a lot of other things on my TBR and I just kept reading. I just was like, okay, I'm going to read my other book for a little while and then I'll come back to it and then I just never did.
Um, Maybe
I
the
think I read
trigger
like
warnings.
three other books. I finished three other books while trying to finish this one.
It's funny. I kept starting like three different books while I was reading that. I was like, I need
Okay,
something to keep my brain like,
I'm not the only one.
oh no, I've
Okay.
got a few that are sitting there that I've read like 20%, 30%.
Okay, go for the trigger warnings.
All right. Trigger warnings. Suicide, murder, mental illness, and psychosis. Hallucinations, blurred reality. I don't know why they chop that one up. Sexual assault is mentioned, toxic, abusive relationships, stalking, force, institutionalization. and explicit sexual content. That is a very long freaking word. Institutionalization. It's a pretty long freaking word.
Okay,
Okay.
so I am kind of the opinion that if you DNF a book, you don't get to rate it stars. With that said, with the parts I did read, right? I'm going to rate it 1 to 0 stars, but yeah. So tell me, you finished the book. How many stars would you rate it?
You just gotta clap periodically throughout this. It's pretty
I have
funny.
so many mosquitoes. It's out
I
of control.
I think I put a 3. Just
Okay.
I mean I did finish it. And the
You did
ending
finish it.
the ending was good. The
Did you
beginning?
read the epilogue?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, I think you need to go back and read the epilogue because I kind of want your opinion about it because there is a lot of people on the internet that talk about the epilogue. So,
Was it the
I
did she like want to go back to the school? Was that it? Or is that just how the book ended? I'm gonna have to read the epilogue.
you're gonna have to read the epilogue. I actually developed an opinion while I was reading everybody else's opinion
Yeah.
because um here's my opinion is I don't think there should okay, well, okay, I don't think there should be an epilogue. If you want to end a story, you should end the story that way, not add an epilogue unless that is what the epilogue is for. Like it's the last chapter of the story. And do you know what I'm trying
It's
to say?
yeah, I do, but it's time gone by. So I know I see what you mean.
I don't know.
Um,
You should just end the story where you want to end the story, not add an epilogue. I don't know. But maybe that's what how they,
like
you
I
take
want
your
to know
last
a
chapter and you call it the epilogue. I don't know.
but sometimes like if it ends on like a oh my God, did they have kids or did they do this? You don't have to write all the way till that point. So you go to the epilogue and it skips like 10 years and then they tell you about the story. Which
I
I
guess
think
so.
that's the whole purpose, I think. Unless people just do it stupidly and don't use it for that.
I mean, I guess like in this book, the epilogue was like from a different character's point of view to set up the next book. I don't know. I guess so. All right. Uh, so yeah, I the spice scenes, some of them were good and some of them were confusing. I don't know what they were trying to do in the car. And also, maybe it's because when I lost my virginity, I lost it with someone that was also a virgin, but sometimes the whole like losing your virginity thing, authors try to make it too complicated. I'm like, they're like hanging off a cliff or something. I don't know what is going on. Like, no one loses their virginity that way.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was kind of silly. Oh my God, it just so happens to be raining, so we're gonna go pull off the cliff because we can't drive up the mountain because it's raining. I was like, damn it. And if you lived in Florida, you wouldn't give a shit. Like, who cares? But yeah, like
And
I
there's like
thought
no foreplay. They're just jamming it in. I'm like, that's not how it works. I don't know. It just really didn't sit well with me.
when I have to have some kind of incline before I get to that point. And the shoving in roughly and unprepared for the first
Yeah.
time is really scary.
Yeah.
But
Also, that never happens even now. I mean,
I mean,
I mean
I mean, it
okay, it
could.
hardly ever happens now. Um, I don't know. I just some of it was just really cringy. Some of the things he said were really cringy. Some of the like, I, well, okay, when she was writing, I feel like in my head, they'd known each other for like 72 hours before they just started banging. But then in like the next chapter or two, she said something about like
Weeks.
weeks had gone by or months had gone by. And I was like, they
But
did this. I
yeah.
thought we were just like 2 days into school. We're like a whole
Now
semester and a half into school. When
I
did that
I
happen?
thought the same thing. I was like,
Okay, good.
I was like, how I was like, how did we just go from this little rendezvous to now it's been weeks
And,
and
yeah.
no contact and it what?
And I think I've said this multiple times. I think it's because I'm used to reading a lot of slow burns or I like slow burn,
Right.
but the instant just like banging and like right the second you meet is just like not my jam. Um, I'm like, dude, get to know each other for half of a second. We're like 10 pages into the book. You just met yesterday. You're already married and banging? Like, come on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agreed. I agree on a lot of that stuff. And I think some of it was kind of silly, like the woods and the lake and the like the bodies and then an obvious choice. And then
Yeah,
like
like
this
you didn't.
the ball that someone goes missing, or some years they don't go missing, but some years they do go missing.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like, yeah, it was trying to kind of get set up as like this murder mystery, supernatural thing. Is it this or that? And but I don't know, I just didn't feel like it was like done well.
Hmm.
Um, and I think the point where I really started to be like, I don't think I can finish this book is when she talks about being in the institution with her mom.
Hmm.
Like they both were institutionalized, and she finds out that he had gone to the institution and like
Hmm.
seen her from afar. And I was like, is that supposed to
I thought it was
be
weird.
yearning? Like I was like, so it's okay that they started banging right off the bat because he's met her before. I was just like, and she was like, "Oh my God, he accepts me for who I am." And I was like,
But who
"Girl,
are
that
you?
is bare minimum."
I agree. I agree. But there was the one part in front of the window, and then it had to stop, unfortunately.
We're in front of the window.
Hmm.
Say, tell me again. I don't remember what you're talking about.
They went up to the top of the tower thing that overlooked everything, and they were doing something in front of the window, and then all of a sudden it got ruined because she saw some kind of shadow.
Oh,
You
yeah.
might have not made it. No, it was
I don't
there.
know if I don't know if I made it that far. Is that when she like ran off and then her friend died? Jumped off the roof?
No,
Oh, okay.
I
Never
don't.
mind.
I don't remember, but something important happened.
Yeah, I don't know. And like the way that her friend just like she set up the friend dying was just too graphic for me. I think, okay, have you did we watch the movie God, it like takes place in like Sweden or something. Do you know what movie I'm talking about? That horror movie that came out like during COVID,
I
and then
don't.
she had the flower dress thing.
Oh, the Midsummer.
Oh God. Okay.
Midsummer.
So when her friend jumps off the roof, all I could picture is that scene from Midsomner, and that movie like has permanently scarred me. Hate, hate,
What
hate.
was the part that it reminds you of? I haven't seen it in a while. Um,
Okay. I'm not going to talk about this.
okay.
So I'm going to say it once and then we're going to move on.
Okay.
So when he jumps off the roof and lands on the ground, there is a part in the movie where someone jumps off a cliff and lands on the ground.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. And we're going to move on.
Got it.
Uh,
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Got it.
and so I just hated that. Um, and I'm assuming, and anyway, so there's a lot of plot holes. Some of them I can't speak to because I didn't finish the book, but there were a lot of discussions on the internet about the plot holes. Someone said, "Oh, well, she did that on purpose to create mystery," and then like a bunch of people like were like, "That's just bad writing."
It went in a lot of directions, and I, with my very crazy imagination that I have for like world building and stuff, I was having a field day piecing this shit together.
Oh yeah, I kept thinking the whole time, Raven is gonna hate this. Like
Like,
there's a castle on top of a mountain and there's a little town and then
and
there's
and
and I was like, she's gonna have a field day with
there's a
this.
cabin. There's a freaking cabin in the woods.
There's a cabin in the
There's
woods.
a house that's behind the castles and behind the gates that you sneak into, but you walk down a cliff to go up a cliff. And I could not figure it out for the life of me. And I was like, and he got mad at her because she was barefooted and it was nighttime and she snuck over there anyways. And oh God, like some of the buildings. Like we went in and I'm like, what do you mean? So I just walked into this building and it's a giant ballroom and I'm gonna go left up the freaking stairs to his lair where he's got this attic home with a clawfoot tub and a big window. Like,
I know.
my
It was like
goodness.
there was like some for some reason she goes up to the attic or the tower or whatever and it's like a room just full of crap. But then she also goes to the very top of the tower room and then it's his bedroom and I was like,
No,
okay,
no,
no.
his stuff was in a different building. And they had to like
Oh.
go outside of the castle walls, I think, and through a gate. And then in the back, there's like the I don't freaking know,
I
girl.
thought he lived up on and
He
because there was
did.
a
He
window.
did. And but the where he lived, he could oversee the wall, but nobody could see his thing.
Mm.
It was weird. I was like, why are we going out back? Why are we going out back? And why are we going down when I feel like we're supposed to be going up? But okay, I'm on my way.
So at the end of the day, this book was obviously not my favorite. I have another one of her books that's been on my TBR for a long time that people recommend all the time called Enigma. And I
Mm.
don't know if I'm going to read it now because I dislike this book so much. It's
You
definitely went from like over here on my TBR to way down here on my TBR.
um you can attempt that one since this one for me was awful.
Well, okay, if I ever get to it, I will read it and let you know if it's worth reading. But I think this is also one of the first books of the year, also, that I didn't like. We've read a lot of good books so far this year. And so, not
Well,
everyone is going to be a winner.
let's land this
Let's
plane.
land this plane. Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh God, where's the button? Damn it.